True crime stories are insanely popular on YouTube. Before that, it was animal videos, cats playing the piano, attacking toddlers. That's what this platform was built on. Unfortunately, you can tell we still have souls, and we definitely can't count to 100,000. So we can't fully do the whole Mr. Beast thing. But in the name of shamelessly appeasing the algorithm, we're combining true crime with animals, two of YouTube's favoriteest things.
We're not so different, you and I.
I'm John the Elder, and today we're looking at 4 animal stories pulled straight out of true crime. In 1935, a fisherman off the coast of Koji Beach in Australia caught an over 14-foot tiger shark. And because this is the 30s and Australia, he just took the shark to the ye old aquarium and sold it. We'll give you a moment to let that sentence settle into your reality.
What the fuck were they thinking?
The shark was immediately put on display at the Koji Aquarium as the star attraction. A couple weeks later, the aquarium star was feeling a bit under the weather and in front of a packed house threw up a human arm. The forensic team, using what I can only assume was the peak technology of the time, a couple of rusted soup cans connected by yarn, determined that the arm had not been bitten off by the shark but had been severed with a knife. They also identified the arm as belonging to James Jimmy Smith thanks to a distinctive tattoo. And because it was the 1930s and his nickname was in quotes, we can safely assume he was either a boxer or involved in organized crime. In Jimmy's case, it was both. Investigators then borrowed the forensic team's yarn and added a corkboard connecting Jimmy and 2 other shady characters, Patrick Brady and Reginald Holmes, to an insurance fraud scheme and a drug smuggling operation. During interrogation, Brady claimed Jimmy had been murdered and then immediately stopped being helpful. Police went to pick up Holmes, who attempted to kill himself by shooting himself in the head. The bullet only stunned him because he was using a Nerf gun, I fucking guess? Holmes then climbed into his speedboat and led police on a chase like this was Miami Vice. 4 hours later, he surrendered. Holmes eventually agreed to testify, claiming Brady killed Jimmy. But on the morning he was scheduled to appear in court, he was found dead. He was shot in the head, this time with a bullet not made of foam. With their star witness murdered and the defense arguing that the arm did not constitute a body, the prosecution couldn't secure a conviction. The case remains unsolved to this day. We all remember Tiger King, right? Back during the time that shall not be named. How did that guy own a zoo? Turns out in a lot of states, anyone with enough patience to take a few classes can just own a zoo. Also, Tiger King is not the craziest story about someone who owned one. At approximately 5 p.m., Sam Kopchak went to stable his horse for the night when he saw a large bear chasing his neighbor's horses. He turned, and just a few feet away from him was an African lion watching him. I'm not sure if you caught that title card earlier, but lions and big-ass bears are not native to Zanesville, Ohio. Kopchak stayed calm on the outside while absolutely shitting himself on the inside. He secured his horse and made his way back home. He then called the police. Unbeknownst to him, his neighbor and zoo owner, Terry Thompson, had committed suicide, but before doing so, he released 50 of his emaciated animals, including lions, tigers, bears, and wolves. 2 officers reported a massive grizzly bear repeatedly charging and ramming their vehicle. Another was charged by a tiger, and another reported being stalked by a mountain lion. Police called a local veterinarian who arrived with tranquilizer darts. Despite what cartoons have taught us, though, tranquilizing an animal is complicated. Too much can kill it, and too little will just piss it off. It also takes up to 15 minutes to work, and apex predators tend to have strong opinions about being tranked. With nightfall approaching, officials feared the animals would disappear into the woods. Even worse, sightings had already been reported near an elementary school and Interstate 70, which is a very busy highway. So authorities made the tough decision to shoot to kill. In the end, 49 animals were killed, with 0 human fatalities. This incident became known as the Zanesville Massacre. Imagine it's 2007 and you're working a minimum wage job, closing up a restaurant inside the San Francisco Zoo. It's Christmas and you're anxious. Maybe it's the holiday stress. Maybe it's because the radio won't stop playing Finger Eleven's Paralyzer. Or maybe it's because someone is pounding on the locked front doors of the restaurant. It's fine though, you've called the police and they're on their way. Following protocol, the Terrace Cafe kitchen crew just kept working, filtering fryers, mopping floors, completely unaware that outside a tiger was out for revenge. Earlier that day, 3 men ages 17 to 23 arrived at the zoo intoxicated. And while I enjoy getting high and going to the zoo as much as the next guy, witnesses allege that they were actively taunting the animals, including a Siberian tiger named Tatiana. Tatiana takes shit from no one. She crossed a 33-foot moat and cleared a 12.5-foot wall before attacking a 17-year-old. The other 2 fled as their friend was mauled to death. Tatiana followed them, cornered them near the Terrace Cafe, and began attacking them as well. Police arrived and shot Tatiana before she could kill them. After the attack, it was discovered the 12.5-foot wall was supposed to be a few feet higher, but also just don't fuck with zoo animals, man. In 1983, at just 2 years old, Tilikum the orca was taken from his family off the coast of Iceland. Workers later said the pod followed the boat for miles, making distress vocalizations like they were begging for their young back.
We need
Dory?
to
What are you doing?
I hope that lightened the mood because shit is about to get so much worse. Tilikum was transported by airplane. You know, a thing orcas have zero psychological frame of reference for, the sealand of the Pacific in Canada. He was placed in a small tank with 2 other females where he experienced repeated aggression. In 1991, a trainer was dragged into the water and killed. Tilikum was present during this attack. Sealand shut down soon after and Tilikum was sold to SeaWorld of Orlando. At some point, we've all known a guy like Tilikum's second victim. Honestly, he was probably your dealer. Described as a drifter who loved animals and environmentalism, this is what you would call your Ross Trent type. He hid in the park after closing and decided to go swimming with the orcas. The next morning, he was found dead, draped over Tilikum like a fashionable hat. He had been systematically mutilated. I'm going to spare you all the gory details because this is still a comedy channel after all. In 2010, Tilikum killed again, pulling a trainer into the water during a live Dine with Shamu show. Footage exists, but if you want to see it, go watch Lazy Masquerade or something because I'm not showing you that shit here. The most disturbing part, Tilikum continued to perform until his death in 2017. He was an expensive orca after all. Before we end this, I just want to make it clear, there are 0 recorded cases of orcas killing humans in the wild despite all of this shit.